Hey guys, what is going on? This is Tyler, and today I'm going to be doing what if Goku landed in MHA. Now, if this video does do well, I will make a part 2. There is not going to be any particular like goal. However, I just want to see overwhelming support of this what if, and if the support is massive, then part 2 will come in the near future. With that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to bring you part 1 of what if Goku landed in MHA. And with that out of the way, well, let's get right into it.
Hey, collecting rings like a Sonic. Bitches wanna party. My wrist getting heavy, so I got 'em on a diet. Yeah, flex like I'm Hogan. Yo, bitch coming over. We respect.
Now, to start this what if off, we will say that Goku is actually sent to the My Hero Academia verse in a space pod, and when Goku lands, All Might would immediately see him, and currently this is in All Might a couple years before his fight with All for One. Him seeing a child come from space believes this to be a beacon of hope, and Goku will be the one to save Earth and become the #1 hero. Now, during Goku's life, we would see Goku being trained by Gran Torino and learn the basic arts of martial arts. Goku would also pick up on an ability he calls Ki. And since this is a My Hero Academia what if, I'm actually going to say this is kind of like Goku's quirk. And the reason why I'm having this to be kind of like his quirk is because Goku is actually going to be in a mainly My Hero Academia based story and not a Dragon Ball one. Having Ki as a quirk is actually kind of convenient and kind of neat for Goku to have, and I believe this can actually allow Goku to become somewhat of a powerhouse. So remember, this is a My Hero territory what if, and not a lot of Dragon Ball stuff will happen, and having Ki as a quirk in my opinion sounds pretty neat. So anyways, Goku would actually learn to try and control his power by training with Gran Torino, similar to how Deku trained with him. And Goku has actually learned to control his power to the point where he's able to float in the air for short periods of time, but he can't fully fly yet. Goku while training would also have a constant thirst for combat, and when he and All Might spar, it gets really intense at times, with Goku utilizing all the skill and combat experience he has against All Might, and All Might would counteract Goku's skill and combat experience with his raw physical power, since he's physically more powerful than Goku. The two would train for hours on end, allowing All Might to gain some better skill, but he would still be constantly reckless and drain his power significantly. Around this point, Goku and All Might are training, and for the people who are actually curious as to what timeline we're currently at, we are currently after All Might gets his injury against All for One, but before the encounter with Deku. Now, eventually, we would actually meet with Deku in a couple of years, and when Deku arrives, he would be attacked by the Sludge Monster, and Goku and All Might would then arrive. Goku actually replicating All Might's move by kind of punching the air, allowing the Sludge Monster to then get off of Midoriya, and All Might would then get behind the Sludge Monster to then kidnap it. At that point, they would then capture him in a jar, and like in canon, All Might would drop the jar as Midoriya would then grab onto him. At that point, All Might would then tell and give Deku the speech about becoming a hero, and eventually Bakugo would be in trouble and be attacked by the Sludge Monster, and Deku would then come in rescuing and saving him. Now, at this point in the story, someone is going to have to get one for all, and I decided it should be Deku, as Goku is kind of already really strong in this story, so I kind of want to keep it balanced and not make him too OP and give him full cowling and stuff like that. It would just be kind of ridiculous. Deku would get one for all, yes, however, he would have to train for one for all. As this is going down, Goku would help train Deku and would give him advice. Now, with the help of Goku, Deku actually accesses one for all a lot earlier, and I will say Goku would actually give him some more advice, like suppressing his power and learning to control it. And when this happens, Deku would get the idea and the concept of full cowling in his head, and he manages to figure it out and activate full cowling a lot earlier than in canon. So yeah, Deku would have his 5% form right before the entrance exam even begins, and he and Goku, the days leading up to the entrance exam, would just train hard. Now, with the help of Goku's training, Deku's fighting style would actually be a lot better, because in canon, Deku's fighting style is usually predictable and everyone can predict him even when he has the speed advantage. And also to clarify, Goku will also take the entrance exam, and he would also obliterate all the robots in his area with flying colors, and Deku destroys droids side by side with Goku, and he and Goku even combine their attacks to defeat the 0-point bot. Deku in his 5% state is significantly weaker than Goku, however Goku was able to carry very hard against the 0-point bot, and Deku was able to get his attacks in. Now the one student that will be replaced by Goku is Mineta, so he would pack his bags and go on home as Goku and the rest of 1A head into their first day at class. When it is their first day, we would go through Aizawa's exercises and Deku wouldn't be at the bottom due to him having full cowling, and I will say everyone passes his exercise since I don't want anyone else leaving. We already lost the GOAT himself who was named Mineta, so I'm just not going to make anyone else leave for now. Now our story would progress with the hero versus villain exercise taking place, and Goku would take Uraraka's spot, and he would fight side by side with Deku against Bakugo and Ida. When they meet face to face, Goku would quickly increase his speed through Ki and blitz towards Bakugo and kick him in the face. Bakugo would get sent flying into a wall, and he then rushes towards Goku in a fury of rage. Goku would dodge all of Katsuki's attacks before then punching him directly in the face. Ida would then try and interfere, however Deku would then get in the way and actually combat Ida one-on-one, and Deku would actually win this encounter. After this, Goku would relentlessly bully Katsuki, and Bakugo would then get to a point where he actually gets a lot angrier than before, and he then rushes at Goku. However, Deku then interferes, and Deku and Bakugo would then have their fight, with Deku eventually getting the W and actually beating Katsuki, because Katsuki is in a rage state right now, and he really can't focus on his technique and stuff like that, and Deku actually did get some better skill feats due to him actually training with Goku, so he actually outskills Katsuki in this situation and actually beats him. Now after this, Deku and Goku would be declared the winners of their exercise, and we would then get Uraraka being on the same team as Momo since she's replacing Mineta, and the two of them would then win their part of the exercise. Like in canon, Todoroki would show off his powers, and Bakugo would feel overwhelmed with the fact of Goku, Todoroki, and Deku Might being above him, and he decides he's about to leave UA until All Might stops him and gives him a brief speech, convincing Bakugo to actually stay. After this, everything in the MHA story would play the same, only this time Goku was involved, and he would go home to All Might every day and notice All Might getting weaker and weaker, and he's actually getting worried about it, and he would actually inform Deku about this, and Deku then gets worried about it as well. It would get to the point where they actually confront All Might about this, and All Might would then say, "Don't worry kids, that he's fine about it," and Goku and Deku would then just leave him alone for now. At this point, we would then cut to the USJ arc, and they would drive to the USJ, and they would be accompanied by 13. However, they would then meet with the League of Villains, and they would then be split up into different zones. Goku would then go to the same zone as Deku and Tsu since he is replacing Mineta in this situation, and as Deku shoots a Delaware shot into the water, Goku would float into the middle of it and using a super explosive wave sending the water and the enemies around him flying. After this, Nomu and Shigaraki would even sense this and find this child very impressive. And as this happens, we then cut to Goku's perspective, and he then opens his eyes after closing them, trying to heavily concentrate on that super explosive wave. And when Goku looks around, he would then look at Shigaraki and Nomu, giving them a cold stare. At that point, Goku would then flow his way back to Tsu and Deku, and he would then collapse as he can't fly that much, so he would just collapse to the ground. And at that point, he would then tell Deku and Tsu that they need to get to the enemies as fast as possible, because Nomu is going to try and fight them, and they're going to have no other choice but to fight back. Deku and Tsu promised to stay by his side, and Tsu would then swim to the water, and since she is, kind of like a frog, she actually has very impressive swimming speed, and at that point, we would then get Goku just using his ki to increase his speed so that he can swim faster, and Deku would then use his full cowling to increase his swimming speed. At that point, they would then arrive, and they would encounter Shigaraki and Nomu and Goku would actually step up to the plate and actually fight first, while Shigaraki and Deku and Tsu would actually stay back. Shigaraki would actually try and attempt to attack Tsu, however Goku in time would react and push Nomu back and then kick Shigaraki right in the face, and at that point we would then get Deku actually using his 100% state on Shigaraki in the face, and he actually wouldn't break his arm this time. However, it isn't enough to bring Shigaraki down, and Shigaraki would then get back up, and at that point Goku and Nomu's battle would then escalate. Goku is trying his best to try and attack Nomu, and Goku would then use all of his ki to then pierce a hole through Nomu. However, Nomu would then regen in time, and Goku loses all of his energy. All hope is lost for the boy until All Might then arrives and saves his son on the spot. Don't touch my boy. At that point, All Might would then body the remaining villains and take on Nomu himself, going beyond plus ultra. Now with this, Shigaraki would then retreat and All Might and Goku would go home very soon after this, since All Might is about to revert back into his normal body. Now Goku and All Might would then escape, and at that point All Might would actually take Goku home early because he's a cool dad like that, and Goku and All Might would then talk serious business. All Might would then say to Goku that he doesn't have a lot of time, and it's only a certain amount of time until he has to retire. Goku, hearing this, would get shocked and would try and deny this, saying that there's no way All Might can lose, and plus they've already tried to tell All Might about this, and why didn't All Might listen to them before? All Might is just kind of smiling, and he would then say, well, Goku, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I could power through, but it's no hope. Remember, Goku, you are the beacon of hope I always thought you were still. However, Deku also is going to have one for all, and he's going to take up my mantle. You and Deku side by side will ensure the Earth's safety and become the #1 heroes. At that point, All Might would then say, well, I guess enough is enough. I think it's time for me to rest. At that point, Goku would then go to his room, and All Might would then go to rest. And so that concludes part 1 of What If Goku Landed in MHA, and if you guys do want more, be sure to share with your friends, and be sure to comment down below what you guys like about this part. Be sure to just blow up the like button like I said before, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you are new, that way you're notified and updated every time I upload. Also follow me on Twitter and consider joining the Discord so you can interact with me and other YouTube content creators. My name is Tyler, and thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna get up out of here. Peace out. Bye. 我应该录音干，我应该录音干，我应该录音干，我应该录音干，我应该录音干，我应该录音干，我应该录音干。